Spurgeon here with RevZilla, and today we're going to take a look at the first manufacturing textile jackets available at RevZilla.com. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to break down the three main textile jackets from First Manufacturing. You're going to have the Explorer, which Travis Bryan is wearing on my left-hand side. Then we're going to talk about the Invincible, as well as the Speedster. Now the commonality between all of these jackets is going to be the size and the fit. Sizes are going to range from a small up to a 5XL, and it's going to be a generous American cut. So Bryan on my left-hand side, he stands at 6 foot. He weighs in 195 pounds, has a 42-inch chest. He's a good old American boy. According to First Manufacturing size chart, he should actually be in a large. We've sized him down to a medium, and you can see that this jacket is none too small on him. So just keep that in mind. Depending on where you're at in their size chart, you definitely want to size down at least one full size, and then if you want a really aggressive fit, you might want to size down 2 sizes. But the story here is the fact that they go up to a 5XL. So you know that if you have trouble fitting into a motorcycle jacket, they just don't make stuff big enough for you. This is going to be a manufacturer where you can go with the 5XL and you can get into a larger size. Now the other thing that's going to be a commonality between all three jackets that we're going to talk about is going to be the price. You're looking at the jackets that are going to come in all around the $150 price point. Now that being said, if you are in a 4 or 5XL, you are going to bump up, and that's going to come in around the $175 or the $170 price point rather. But just know that the prices carry throughout. So the main differences you're going to see, we're going to talk about the Explorer first. This is your mesh option, and then we get up into the Invincible and the Speedster, and that's going to get you into a full textile construction. So let's go ahead and we'll start by breaking down the Explorer, which Travis Bryan is wearing on my left-hand side. So this is going to be that mesh option. This is that 2 to 3 season warm weather jacket within the First Manufacturing line. There will be an 80-gram thermal vest. There will be a rain windbreaking liner that is going to be removable, and then you're going to see massive amounts of mesh running across the chest, down the arm, in combination with that 600D polyester. At the top, little bit of microfiber at the collar. You are going to have CE rated armor at the elbows and the shoulders, and you'll also notice black reflective piping working its way all around the jacket. And as we work our way down, you are going to have snap adjusters at the biceps as well as the forearm, and then just a Velcro closure at the wrist on this. Those monkey paws are going to be part of this jacket as well, so you can use those to give yourself a little bit of extra, warmth in your hand where the jacket ends and the gloves begin. As we work our way down, you're going to have dual chest pockets done on each side, and then we will also have dual hand warmer pockets on this as well. So 4 pockets when we're looking at the front. And Bryan, just go ahead and face straight backwards for me. Now, taking a look at the back on this, you are going to have some gussets at the shoulders, that blacked out reflective working across the shoulder, working across the top of the shoulders, and then down the arms. And you'll also notice Velcro adjuster at the waist. Now the one thing you're not going to have in here is a back protector. When you feel this, you're going to notice there's a back pad in there. You've already got the CE rated protection at the elbows and the shoulders. You want to make sure your back is protected as well. But that full mesh panel working its way down the back. So again, if you're riding this in the heat of the summer and you want to ride all summer long, the Explorer is the jacket to consider within First Manufacturing's line. Bryan, you may face the camera, my friend. So as we wrap up with the Explorer, let's now move on to the Invincible to talk about some jackets to get you into the colder months of the year. So through the magic of video, Bryan is now wearing the Invincible jacket, and this is going to be taking a step into the 2 to 3 season cold weather functionality within First Manufacturing's line. Now if you're looking at the Invincible and you're thinking, damn, it looks familiar. It should. This is actually the textile version of the Defender jacket, which is a leather option within their line. So what you're going to get with this is a full sleeve 80-gram thermal liner, and you're going to have a rain-resistant Z-liner baked into this jacket as well. And that means that any of the vents that you're going to see here, like the vents in the bicep, are not going to offer direct venting. They're going to vent to that water-resistant liner. So just keep that in mind. You're not going to have any direct venting this, and that's why you're getting up into that 2 to 3 season cold weather option with something like the Invincible. 600D throughout the main construction of this jacket. Asymmetry coming into play. You do have that asymmetrical pocket over on the left-hand side, and then dual hand warmer pockets on the chest. Now the same thing we discussed when we were talking about the Explorer. This is going to have that CE rated armor in the elbows and the shoulders, which is included as standard with this. So Bryan, I'm going to have you go ahead and just spin straight backwards for me. Now what you notice on the back, you are going to have expansion gussets at the back of the arm. So if you're in a little bit more of a tucked down position, great range of motion, and that little mesh that you're going to see right there just helps to breathe a little bit of that moisture away. So again, you're not getting direct venting through that water-resistant liner. However, what this helps to do is if any moisture gets trapped in between the exterior and the liner of the jacket, it just helps to evaporate and to wick that moisture away. Same thing we talked about with the Explorer. This pad is just going to be a back pad. It's not a back protector. We definitely recommend going ahead and upgrading to full-on CE rated back protection with this. And you are going to have a snap gusset at the bottom, about an extra inch of expansion on either side. So if you want to fine-tune that fit a little bit, you do have that option for you. Now the final thing to note here, Brian, you can go ahead and turn around. As we take a look at the collar, this is going to wrap around. You're going to have full neoprene at the collar on this piece, additional comfort, snap. And then as we take a look into the Speedster, the thing to keep in mind, are the similarities that we have through the Explorer, the Invincible, as well as the Speedster. And we're going to dive in the interior of the jacket in just a moment to talk about what you can expect from the inside, because it is going to be the same across the line, but we're going to do that when we get Brian into the Speedster next. So the last of the jackets that we're going to discuss today is going to be the Speedster. Now remember, like we talked about earlier, Brian is going to be 6 foot, 195 pounds, 42-inch chest. We've sized him down from the recommendation of their size chart, which was a large. We got him into a medium, and you're going to see this fits him much better. So remember, size down at least one size based on what the size chart is recommending for you. And if this jacket looks familiar, it should, because this is going to be the Textile version of the Top Performer. The Top Performer is going to be a leather option within First Manufacturing's line, and now this is going to be the Textile version of that. So with the Speedster, really what you're getting is the jacket that's going to give you the least amount of ventilation. You're going to have some mesh behind the chest pockets on this, but that's really the only ventilation you're going to see. Full 80-gram full sleeve thermal. You are going to have that Z liner baked right in. It's a Z rain liner. And then really clean straight lines with this. Minimal branding throughout the entire line. And you are going to have dual handlebar pockets on either side. Same thing, CE rated armor at the shoulders and the elbows. Clean lines. And Brian, just go ahead and face straight back for me. What you'll notice, pop blacked out reflective along the top. You are going to have the expansion gussets if you're in more of that full tuck position, but you're losing the mesh. So there's no mesh at the back of this, and you will have a little bit of blacked out reflective along the back as well. Same thing, recommend getting rid of the pad, putting a back protector in there. And then Brian, go ahead and face forward. We're going to have you on snap and on zip for this one so we can see the inside. And like I said, the main difference that you can see from the interior is that with the Explorer, that 80-gram thermal liner is just going to be a vest, and you are going to get a windproof, water-resistant liner in there as well. When you're jumping up into the Invincible as well as the Speedster, that Rain Z liner is baked into the jacket. You are going to have a zip-out, full-sleeve 80-gram thermal. So you can pull this out or you can put it in depending on what the temperature dictates. And then on the inside of this, you are going to have concealed carry pockets, and you are going to have the firing pin design on the back of this, just so if you get confused and you're like, well, what is this pocket for? Concealing a weapon. So you can go ahead and you can snap that open, massive pockets on the side. And then Brian, you can go ahead and open up the other side, and you'll notice if one pocket for a concealed firearm isn't enough, not to fear, First Manufacturing has given you a second setup on the left side as well. So there's plenty of places to hide your peacemaker if you're rocking a First Manufacturing textile jacket. Brian, you may zip up, my friend. So for those of you out there looking for a jacket that runs a wide gamut of sizes, and you just want something that's simple, blacked out, you're not looking for something flashy, First Manufacturing has you covered by giving you a jacket that's going to come around that $150 price point, depending on which jacket you want. So they're not going to bump prices. You basically pick which jacket you want for the climate you want to ride in, and the price stays the same. It's really just the functionality that we're seeing change throughout their line. Now, there's a lot of folks out there utilizing First Manufacturing. And if you want to hear more about what they have to say, you can click the info button on your desktop or mobile device, which will allow you to read other rider reviews from folks that are already out there putting First Manufacturing textile jackets through their paces. If you still have questions, reach out to one of our gear geeks, 877-792-9455, or simply shoot over an email, cs@RevZilla.com. Thank you for joining us for this look at the First Manufacturing textile line of jackets. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.